Hey there! So today we're going to be taking a look at what I personally think is arguably the greatest game to ever release on September 20th, 2019. So, without further ado, let's... Hold on one second. Hey! Hey, get out of there! What have I said about getting the chip bag? Hey! Don't give me that. You remember what happened to your brother whenever he got in the chip bag? Poor bastard wandered outside with crumbs all over his face when the wolves got to him. It's a pretty good tape job, isn't it? So recently, a wonderful game by the name of Untitled Goose Game released, and I gotta say, I am hooked. So you play as a goose, and your goal is to make everyone else's day horrible, and you know what? I'm on board with that. I think by now, everyone's pretty much aware of my fascination with ducks, because I mean, they're featured in my videos, my Discord's got a dedicated server for hot duck pics, and I'm getting ready to launch a shirt, it's got a big old duck on it. As I always like to say, ducks are good people, but gooses are dicks. So the fact that the developers of this game, I think it was like House or something, sweet name by the way. The fact that they took this idea and they just ran with it is freaking brilliant. Because now I get to be a jerk and I don't even actually have to hurt anyone in real life. So that's nice. The best way I can describe Untitled Goose Game is that it's the best game I never knew I wanted so badly in my life until I saw it, because you get to run around, you get to steal things, you get to honk at people. The Goose Game starts out with you in your little alcove in the forest, and it gives you a chance to familiarize yourself with the control scheme. So B is run, Y is honk, A is peck, ZL is solid snake. And what I love about this tutorial in particular is that it's nice, it's quick, and it basically just says, here I am, now have your way with me. This just keeps things real brief, and it doesn't completely waste your time or overload you with too much information, so you can just get on with your life and get to goosing. It gives you a place to play around in and practice while making you want to play it all that much more. So then from there, once you go out and start exploring the world, the game tends to pick up really quick. You're goosing people left and right within 5 minutes, and if that doesn't sound like a good time, then what do you want from me? The game is like a weird cross between Goat Simulator and Metal Gear Solid. There's plenty of legitimate stealth sections in the game, and let me tell you, these can be tense. There was this one time whenever I was trying to just give my goose a picnic and I needed to steal the radio, and let me tell you, running from this gardener was not an easy task. He was on my tail, like literally. You're like James Bond and Donald Duck at the same time. You go out and you do your tactical missions, aka steal some toilet paper, but then you can also just do this if you want. It's so hard to describe this game because there is legitimately nothing like it out there, at least nothing that I've played. And I think that's what's so refreshing about it is there's stealth, there's puzzles, there's locking people in garages, there's throwing bras in fountains, I mean, you know, the usual goose things. There's even a dedicated honk button, because I mean, why wouldn't there be? Now the honk button is used pretty often and it always has a purpose. I thought this was just gonna be some like dumb one-off joke, but you actually use it a lot. You will distract people. You will spook people. And finally, you will also assert your dominance over this small child and then hide away from this person. You know, whenever you see a game in a specific art style and you just can't even imagine that game being any other way? Yeah, it's Untitled Goose Game for me. I am such a sucker for this flat, muted color, minimalist art style. It has this way of just coming out of the screen and being all goofy on me, but it's also very soft and it's grounded and it's kind of relatable in a way. This is getting deep. It makes everything not overly contrasted or too exaggerated, and it's also helped by the fact that there's little to no shading on any of the characters, and I think the game seriously benefits from that. Because it adds to the overall tone of the game, since I can't see if old Barbara here's even got eyes or not. I mean, seriously, what the hell is wrong with her? This is one of the things that I love the most about this game. The characters. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the oh darn it, I got goosed again. Whenever you mess with somebody, you can really feel the annoyance from them, like through their hand motions and their actions, and many times it just kind of causes them to sit there and shake their heads because they're just mad. The goose and the people both exude so much character and charm and personality. The developers did an incredible job animating all of them, and they made the people just seem just realistic enough to feel like actual people that you could go up and spook with your goose. The physics and the movement are so spot on. You kind of feel like fumbly and like you don't really have full control of yourself, but it works. Because whenever I was playing this game, I truly felt that I became the goose. I was. the goose. It's kind of funny. I feel like kids in the 90s were probably thinking, oh man, look how cool this game looks. I bet games in the future will be even more awesome. Untitled Goose Game is tied so well together just by its world. All of the neighborhoods and the settings are connected to each other, and this just really adds to the whole like sandboxy vibe. It's kind of the same feeling I got whenever I first played Super Mario 64 like 20 years ago. God, I'm old. There's this large area that you get to explore, and then you unlock different portions of it little by little, and this just adds to this whole other level of realism to the game because the game's not segmented off by some weird type of level structure. You're just in a village and you're terrorizing gardeners. And I'm not sure who is in charge of the music over there at House, but give them a raise. They made a really clever decision by just having the music be all piano based, and it responds to what you're doing at the current moment in time. And I also feel like I'm doing a horrible job explaining it, so I'd rather you just listen to it if you don't mind. You remember those times whenever you were a kid and you would like act out certain things, but you'd make sound effects while doing it? Yeah, that's what this game is, but with a bird. I think that this just adds like a certain extra layer of butter to the biscuit. It's that little extra bit that you need that makes the game so much sweeter and heightens the tensions that you are gonna feel during moments like these. I can't believe just how much Untitled Goose Game seriously took me by surprise. This is the first game that I've actually stayed up and played until I beat it, which was like 3 a.m. and that's late for me because again, I already got like AARP sending me stuff in the mail. The ending is such a good payoff, and I'm not gonna show any footage here again because that's a mega spoiler and I don't wanna do that sort of thing. But I can promise you, if you liked the game, you're gonna love what happens after you beat it. It's really good. And that's Untitled Goose Game. It's a fantastic piece of art that you should definitely try out. Honestly, my only real knock against the game is that it's just a few hours. It's just a little short. I would have liked it to have been a little bit longer, but you know, what are you gonna do? Oh well, at least I got Henry and his brother here to keep me company. Wait, where's Henry? Henry, you better not have eaten all the maple bacon chips, I swear to God!